Oh, what a good day. What a really good day today. Yeah, I'm so excited I just can't hide it. Received some good news while I was on the trading desk. I'll talk more about it later on after the recap. I'm gonna have to do a pre recorded recap since I was pretty distracted with this good news. I was actually talking to my lovely lady as I received the good news and I took the trade in the middle of it. So I was not really, my mind wasn't really in the trade per se. So now that our mind is screwed on right, I'll just quickly, briefly discuss the trade. OCGN we traded today is a NASDAQ stock. Free float is a large float stock. Free float of 181.72 million. Relative volume, it's alright. It's not the best, but it does have more volume than average. Volume today 94.7 million, 83.19 million on average. The spread at the moment is 15 cents. However, when we did trade it, the spread was anywhere between 1 and 5 cents. And yeah, this is my first monitor here where I have the QQQ charts to track the overall direction of the NASDAQ stocks. So let's go look at the actual trading monitor and discuss the trade briefly. Alrighty, so I hadn't traded all morning. I was looking at certain stocks and everything was pretty much on a downtrend, overall downtrend. So later in the day, in the morning, when I ran into OCGN, I noticed this pattern on the 5-minute chart. We were noticing that the stock had done a nice uptrend and then sold off towards VWAP. It was holding VWAP at the moment. You get a prettier picture on the 5-minute chart there. Notice it was not selling below VWAP, but there was signs of a potential run up, and I was marking their resistance around 978 is a resistance area that we were planning on breaking above in order for it to confirm to us that indeed this is something that will eventually run back up towards that direction. When everything is down, right? Everything was completely down. OCGN was showing relative strength. We're sitting patiently there, waiting. I'm just gonna go fast forward. You see it there. It's just kind of struggling. We put up an ascending support line, and now it's testing 978, breaking above it a little bit. So we go ahead and throw out our order. Throw out our order there, waiting for that pullback. I know sometimes we don't wait for that break, and that's only because we have to observe the stock's behavior. Some stocks, I mean, they don't even allow for a pullback. This one, high float stock, it's not moving too fast. We know, okay, it's following slowly, right? The technicals, it's following them, but it's slow. Why not take a little chance? Of course, our stop loss is right underneath the VWAP, near this pivot there on the 5 minutes. So in case it does decide to retract and turn around and not respect that ascending support and not respect the VWAP, we would essentially be stopped out at 949 underneath the 950 mark. We got filled, very small position. I was super distracted with the good news that I received. Therefore, right now, like as I'm looking at it in the actual live trade, I'm actually speaking about something else other than the trade. So I'm like kind of in and out, but it wasn't a bad trade from entry, execution, and acknowledging that we would be selling near the next resistance. My mind is there, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward once again. So we know here there's a resistance at 10,999. It's having trouble breaking above it. There's a large seller there, 53.633 thousand share seller, and comes back down towards our entry point. We're thinking, darn, it has to hold 978, which is a previously broken resistance. It breaks below it briefly. We're thinking, oh darn, it's gonna reverse, but whatever, we're chilling, right? Our stop loss is there just in case for any catastrophes happen. However, good news, it goes above 978 once again, and then below it goes below it once again. Forgot about this part actually. And you're thinking, darn, this pattern is not looking good. We need it to go above 978 at least, at the very minimum. There's large buyers there that are coming in, and it goes above 978, and now we're thinking, dude, it has to go above this pivot once again. There's kind of struggling. That 990 area breaks 990. Now we're thinking, okay, not yet free. There's still that $10 resistance, and there it is. You'll see on the time and sales, it's battling, and then that seller at 10 is still there. It's not as big as it was earlier, by a few thousand shares smaller. However, it's still there and it's still present. And you'll see how it kind of struggles around that area until it finally just surges. It just pops out of nowhere. Perhaps it was a short squeeze or enough influx of buyers came in, but it just squeezed above it by 9 cents. Now we're thinking we're gonna raise our stop loss soon. Since it broke that resistance, we're gonna raise it soon. And first I raised it just below this pivot. So if it stops me out at this point, I would still be losing money. However, it won't be as much. And the reason why I raised it up there at 964 is because we know that it broke above that $10 mark. If it comes back down to break even, it should hold that support if possible, that support area, and that ascending support area, that ascending support line, excuse me, as well. And if not, then stop us out. We'll lose less money than before. And then at some point, I did raise my stop loss. I raised my stop loss to 995 because if you notice here, there's two dojis, 925 resistance. This candle here, skinny candle, and the next candle is another doji. Very small and hard to see. However, it is a very small 1 minute gravestone doji. Gravestone dojis signify that there's a potential reversal coming. We're going on an uptrend at the moment. If there's a gravestone doji up there, there's a potential reversal to the downside. And not only that, also raise stop loss, because if you notice this pattern here, there was resistance around 10, right? Remember that $10? And it finally managed to break above 10. That pattern there is a head and shoulders pattern. Head and shoulder patterns are bearish, meaning that the stock can potentially fall lower. So we're thinking if it falls below that 10, which is a major support, which was at some point a major resistance, this stock is going to continue a downtrend. So yeah, we raised our stop loss there and we got stopped out, which kind of sucks because, I mean, it immediately went above 10 again. So it was a fake out bar. Got stopped out on a fake out bar. Not proud of it. However, whatever. What are you going to do? It began to act choppy, regardless of it stopping us out. And you'll see it here. Just trade sideways for a long time. Just sideways. Maybe 15-20 minutes of just sideways action until finally it decides to go up there. And yeah, right now it's actually right now you can see that it went all the way close to 12. However, my mind wasn't completely here on the trading desk because I received good news that my job, which I worked before the pandemic, they want me back. And of course I agreed I would go back to work. And it shouldn't affect my trading because this particular job is in the evening. Maybe I'll be a little more tired. However, that's what Colombian coffee is for, right? Some dark Colombian coffee from Trader Joe's will get the juices flowing. Yeah, that was the good news. And I was already looking into stocks before the pandemic happened. I've been looking into stocks for about 2 years now. But the pandemic taking me away from my actual job literally freed up so much time for me to accelerate my learning and trading. And obviously, I'm still considering myself a beginner because I'm still barely a sophomore in the trading career. Looking forward to continue doing this. Let me know if you have any of that experiences where perhaps you began trading and then you had to go back to work and how that affected you. If you have any pointers on that, let me know below. Thanks, folks, for tuning in, and catch you all next time. Bye.